There's a lot happening in the world of crypto. There's a lot happening within Unicorn Fart Dust. We're going to see a couple incredible community contributions here in a few seconds. And then in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by the one and only Crypto Vic. We're going to talk all things crypto. We'll talk about UFD, get his perspective on what we are doing here. But first, thank you for being here. Please don't forget, share this, retweet it, subscribe on YouTube, all that great stuff. But let's dive into the most important thing that I promised you today. And that was a giveaway of one of these, a Ledger Flex. You know, Ledger has been a generous sponsor of my channel, and they gave us a Ledger Flex that we could do for a giveaway. A lot of you entered. We're going to do that right now. Let's head out and take a look at the post that we put together for this event. That was right here. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to do this live, is I'm going to copy the address of that post, and we're going out to this program here, the X Picker, where I will paste the URL. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for, when I press the blue button down here on the bottom, now that you can see the right screen, there we go. When I press the blue button here, pick a winner, we're going to see who the winner of the Ledger Flex is. You know, Ledger is the leader in hardware wallet, crypto security. Hey, they've got this new product out we talked about yesterday, the Ledger Recovery Key, that lets you store your secret recovery phrase on a physical card that is PIN protected, right? Communicates with your Ledger Flex or your Ledger Flex stacks through NFC technology. They're doing a lot of great things in the world of crypto security. But for right now, on the count of three, I'm going to press the blue button and we're going to see who our winner is. 1, 2, 3. It's thinking. It's still thinking. And the winner is P. Rex. I'm going to write that down. And what I will do is send you, P. Rex, a DM with instructions in terms of where you need to go to claim your prize. So there you go, guys. Thanks again to Ledger for providing us with that. You know what, guys? I see Crypto Vic. He showed up. I've got a couple things that I want to show the community, a couple incredible contributions that have been made. But you know what? Since Vic's here and he's such a great guy and a friend of our channel, let's bring him up here. Hello, Crypto Vic.
Yo, what's going on, Ron? And everyone watching, UFD community, Dusters, as they're called. How's it going?
They are called. We are Dusters. We're doing well, and I think you own some UFD, if I have that correct. So
yes, I am a Duster. For sure.
You're a Duster, yeah, and we'll talk later about if you're diamond hooved. That's what we call our hodlers. But thanks a lot for joining us today, Vic. I know you and I are going to have some discussions here in a little bit. Get your outlook, what you're seeing in crypto, what you see in our community, what you like, maybe ideas that you may have for us. So it's a big honor you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Oh man, thank you for having me. This is my honor.
Well, hey, do you mind if I run through? I got a couple new videos popped out yesterday from our community, and that's a big part of what we're doing, having fun, these creations that the community comes up with. Do you mind if we watch a couple of those? And then Vic, I've got a big confession to make to the community. This is could be groundbreaking news. We'll have you on here as well, and maybe get your ideas on that also.
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy. So first, what I want to do, and again, congratulations to P. Rex for winning the Ledger Flex. Hey, that rhymes. And let's go out here. First, I don't know if you know this, Vic, but we actually have a professional race car driver who is supporting UFD. He drives a McLaren, and he's put UFD stickers all over his car. He put out a video yesterday. We're going to watch this one now. Pretty cool, actually. Here we go.
It's a cultural divide. Get it on the floor. 40 acres in the music. It's bigger than the music. Yeah, they try to break the game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like this is absolutely phenomenal. What's the man down, trying to avalanche, tell him peace, bro.
All right. What do you think of that, Crypto Vic?
Yeah, that was dope. That was really cool.
And that was done by our community. We didn't like do a sponsorship. It's like he's a member of our community. His name's Andre. Really a nice guy. Lives down in South America, but he races and I follow Formula One a little bit, but he races on this professional circuits in South America, Mexico. People can go look at his. Let me see if I can hold 1 second here. I want to pull up his profile. Oh, let me go back. So here he is. Yeah, AS3 Andre. They can go check out the whole post. He gave a big update in terms of what he's doing. But do you think that's good for a crypto community to have their own race car driver out there?
Yeah, especially on a McLaren. I mean, McLarens are gorgeous. They're like top tier race cars. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and from what I understand, that particular model that he has, there's only like maybe 4 or 5 of them in the whole world at this point. So, yeah, and
that's crazy.
Some of the community members like coordinated that, and it's pretty wild. So, all right, Vic. Next, I want to show you a video that one of our community members made, and then you and I are going to get into some more in-depth conversations because I want to learn about you. 85,000 subs on YouTube. Obviously, you've got a good message. You've provided some good value to the crypto community. Here we go. Before I forget, guys, this is a post I put out this morning about our Telegram. We have a Telegram, I guess, raid channel, and our friend Fartador is heading that up, but it's growing like crazy. So if you go out and look on my profile and find this bright orange unicorn picture, then there's a link to the official Telegram below that. But here's the video that I promised. This came out yesterday and made quite a impression within the crypto community. Let's get it up on full screen, and here we go.
It's all unicorn for dust, baby, 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 baby. It's all unicorn for dust, baby, 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 baby. They not like dust and Mona. In a world of uncertainty, I'm certain we will emerge from the panic with urgency. From the ashes, I'm burned on 3rd degree. Rise like a phoenix, seeds of no concern.
There's Elizabeth.
Buying this while these memes are currently.
There's the shirt man.
It's an emergency. You got shook, took a
There's Madman. There's Gino. There's Sarah.
Position ourselves purposely.
Shirt man. That's you.
Have patience, it might
That's
take
Crypt
a
Wizard.
World to catch up with trench
That's
warriors.
the Dark Duster.
Degenerates to convince the
Oh,
warriors.
shoot.
It's
Oh,
all
shoot.
unicorn
Obi? There he goes.
It's all unicorn for dust, baby, baby, baby.
I think up there Susie's in this somewhere.
They not like us.
Well, that's me. There's Gino.
It's all unicorn
Elizabeth.
for dust, baby, 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 baby.
Wow. Okay. Any commentary on that one, Vic?
That was incredible. Everything
Yeah,
about that
and
was
all
amazing.
What's that?
Everything about that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? And what's really cool about that, a guy named BCP made that. Those are all community members. It's hard for me to, my memory, I couldn't remember the word dilute this morning, but anyway, those are all different community members that he featured in that. Elizabeth Grace, who's we call her our UFD anchor woman. We got the guy Gino. There's a guy named Shirtman who has been wearing a UFD shirt for 180 straight days. He takes a picture every day. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Let me show you one more quick one that this same guy made a while back.
That was really, I really loved it. I loved that. That was awesome. The way they showed you with all the jewelry on, that was so on point. Everything about that was just perfect. I loved it.
Vic, it's hard for me because when I go live, I have to take all that jewelry off. It screws up the focus on the camera. And here, I got to share the screen now. Here we go.
Yeah, you don't want to make us go blind, with all the lighting.
Yeah, I don't want everybody to know how rich I really am with my diamond grill and everything else going on.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
gotta be humble.
I got to be humble, man. I got to be. I mean, I'm already operating from this fancy basement, so I don't want to give the wrong impression.
Stuff over there.
Exactly. All right. So this was one that he made like I don't know, during the first month of UFD, and I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, but this was a great one as well.
Well, we're tired of getting rug in a market full of schemes. Looks Toronto, she's streaming with a pocket full of beans. A beacon of light in an ocean of scams. So Jeet's gonna Jeet, we're holding this hand. Check them out, let them buy back for more. This is a cult like never before. If a unicorn farts, is it a rainbow?
All right, we'll go one more minute if that's okay, Vic.
Our beans. Is there anywhere we can't go? We trust in Ron-based boomer dev. For daily streams, our memes, Ron, you the best. With Susie on the walkie, the team is impeccable. White paper flawless, couldn't be more professional.
All right. Okay, Vic, I promise. No more movie time today, but get you up on the screen.
I was laughing, bro. I don't know if you could see me. Like the first 30 seconds, I was howling at that video. That was so funny. With you on the unicorn, riding the unicorn, that was like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's this community. When I think about crypto and value, part of the value is the fun that we create, right? Like people want to have fun, and people in the world will pay to have fun. I think that's part of the value proposition, on top of a lot of other things that we're offering. So I want to learn all about Crypto Vic and get your perspective on things. But I did promise. And I feel comfortable with you, Vic, now that we're on our second live stream together, that I can be honest. I have a big confession to make to everybody. I think I'm actually a brony. Do you know what a brony is by chance, Vic?
No, I don't.
A brony is someone who loves, here, let me pull this up. My Little Pony. Okay, you ever remember My Little Pony? All right. And there's a huge community of people that I kind of started to learn about last night. Then I realized that I'm actually a brony, and I'm going to prove that to everybody here in a second. But there's like a Reddit community with 220,000 members that consider themselves bronies, and they're all about doing good, being nice, and they're like people all around the world that are really into My Little Pony, and they do all this art. You know what? I'll pull it up real quick. It's interesting.
What's the appeal with My Little Pony? Like, it's like growing up and being in high school. Like, that was when it was like kind of bigger. Like, yeah. What is the? I don't even know anything about it. I just know it's like a pony.
It is. It's an animated series, and apparently it resonates with people. Adults all around the world. They have like conventions, and but let me pull up. Yeah, it's wild. Hold on here. So wrong one. Here it is. So this is their Reddit page, My Little Pony, and hopefully you guys can see that. Yep, you can. And if I go down here, if you look, where's my? Oh, I don't have my. Here's my marker. Hold on here. there's 220,000 people who are members of this community. And what they say over here, it's a premier subreddit for all things related to My Little Pony, with emphasis on Generation 4 and forward. Here, all fans can discuss the show, share creative works, or connect with fellow members of the community in a safe for work and friendly environment. So I watched a couple interviews with some of these people, and they're all about community, and they're all about like getting together with each other and like helping each other and supporting each other. It's honestly kind of in some ways seems similar to what I see happening within the UFD community, but they also love unicorns a lot. Here's, if you scroll, when I scroll down here, there's a unicorn. Unless I have that wrong, there's another unicorn, and they're into art and creating different images surrounding that. So my confession is absolutely. I think I might be a brony because of this. I have this that I've kept. It was a toy that I bought for I have twin daughters who are now teenagers, but I bought this 10 years ago. And this is a Ponyville, My Little Pony. I guess, what is that? A merry-go-round or carousel? I was getting mixed up.
Ferris wheel?
Ferris wheel. Yes. Thank you, Vic. And it's right at the bottom of the steps. And I've always loved this thing because when there's a button you press and it goes around, and almost every day I'll press it. I don't know. It just makes me smile and kind of laugh. And about 3 weeks ago, because we had a big meetup here in St. Louis with all the UFD community. I had one of these like coins that we had made up, really cool coins left over.
Yeah. One of your community members is sending me one of those right now, actually.
That's probably UFD Corral is probably the guy that's doing it.
He's sending me a shirt too.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've got one of my shirts on today. But I put the unicorn in there, and I'm telling you, every morning, because I now know I'm a brony, I press that thing and take the unicorn for a little ride. So
there you go, dude.
No, I mean, like, I know communities, and I want to get and now we're all about talking about you, Vic, but to me, what I've learned about meme coins is that community is first and foremost. And on a serious note, when I looked into this brony, I didn't realize they had 220,000 members on Reddit, and watched some videos to learn about these people. It's like community is everything, I mean, community really, I think, sets the stage for the potential success of crypto projects. So what's your thoughts on that matter?
No, for sure. I think like the biggest thing with community, because we have a really big community on Telegram too. Like I see some of my mods in the chat here, and I posted on my Telegram. So there might actually be people from my Telegram watching right now. But the big thing I think of with community in meme coin space is that like people just want a space where they know they're not going to be taken advantage of. Yeah. Because everywhere you look in meme coins, I mean, not so much in general crypto, but definitely in crypto it still exists. But specifically in meme coins, it's like 9 out of 10 times you're going to be taken advantage of. Yeah. So having a place where you're like, I trust that space, and I trust that like they actually have my best interests at heart. I want to go there, and I want to spend my time with those people online when I'm online, because I feel safe. Like I don't feel like I'm going to get wrecked here. I think that's why people are in UFD. That's why people are in my community. Because like we have that, we're kind of the same there, where people know we're not going to just like up and bail and, take advantage of them, because we've been in it for the long run. We've been consistent, and we have our face out there, and we got our best foot forward, and we have these like kind of like these principles, this code of ethics within our communities that create this really strong network that allows people to feel safe. And I think that's the biggest thing in meme coins.
But Vic, do you mean like actually treating people the way you would want to be treated yourself?
Yes, sir. 100%.
And you, how many years have you been in the crypto game? I wanted to ask you that question. How long have you been at this?
Yeah. I got into crypto like right in the heat of the lockdowns, like the first lockdowns in the pandemic.
Okay.
So yeah, I just like went full mad scientist when I learned about stimulus and like how much money they were printing and what that would do to the dollar. I also was really scared of bank runs at the time. I thought everyone was going to run on the bank and try to get all their cash. What's that there?
I'll open it for you later. I'm not allowed to open it right now, Vic, but I'll open it for you later.
I don't know if you're allowed to open it, Ron. It says don't open it.
I'll open it later, Vic. I promise. I already showed you my Ponyville merry-go-round. You know I'm not going to be able to keep this shut the whole show. But I'm sorry I interrupted you. I can be bad about that. So I apologize.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, so I got into crypto just out of fear of the traditional finance system, and then I just like started making content about general things, like not just crypto. Just like I started making content, personal content, and then I made a video where I built my own Ethereum mining rig, and it just did really well. So I kind of leaned into it, and I just never stopped. So I'm here.
Yeah. So you, I want to hit on something you said because I think it's very important. Trust is earned, right? Like when I showed up in crypto, which was, I'm sure you already know the story. I won't rehash it.
I was watching. I was there.
Yeah, nobody knew me, right? I mean, they could look back and say, well, he was a YouTuber for 3 years doing gold and silver, and was reliable, whatever. But trust is earned, and I like what you said, because I think people over time. You gain that trust, and people do want, you hit on this with community, kind of a safe, reliable space where they can go and I guess maybe like take advantage of this awesome technology that we have right now, where they can actually develop relationships and become part of something, and feel like they're part of a mission, or be connected, be with other people.
Yeah, it's important, because like we're spending our time online anyway, so we may as well have like a home base where we feel like, okay, we can go back to those people, and like they're always going to be there. That's going to be reliable.
Is the difference, because I'm 55 years old, okay, Vic, so I'm a Facebook, YouTube guy, but is the difference between, I guess they call it Web 2, which is more watching YouTube videos, taking content in Web 3, where it feels like it's more based on interaction and is that the difference in your opinion, between Web 2 and Web 3?
No, I would say Web 2 is like what you said. So like YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, this is Web 2. Web 3 would be like Axiom or Soul Pump, or some sort of dApp that's like on chain. So Web 3 just refers to like apps being built on blockchains instead of the actual base internet. Yeah.
Okay, so it has the blockchain component to it.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So Web 3 essentially is just the same mission, the same like UI type experience eventually is what it'll become. But instead of using internet servers, data servers from like Amazon or whatever, we're using a blockchain to process all the data and like hold the data secure and make sure everything's transparent. Right. That's what really got me about crypto when I started to learn about the blockchain and crypto was the transparency and the decentralization. That is just that it's kind of was built and set up by the, I guess, original founders to be fair and transparent and give everybody the same access to the same, I guess, experience, or that there aren't any there's not any favoritism involved. Is that factual in your? There's some blockchains that like they can blacklist your wallet, or there's some centralized elements for sure. But I think like at the end of the day, if I wanted to send you $100,000 right now, and I went to a bank to do it, the process at a bank would be, okay, I got to go and drive to my bank. I got to wait in line for 10 minutes because there's 10 people ahead of me. I have to deal with a teller who's like hardly trained. And then I have to explain to them why I need to send you $100,000. And I have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to pay a fee. Like probably if you're around the world, it's going to be much, much higher. That once I get approval from these people that didn't even make the money to send my money that I own, that's my money that I pay taxes on, like then it's going to go through like 6 different banking institutions after like 3 or 4 days to land in your bank account.
Yeah.
That's the process. With Solana, I take my phone, I open Phantom, I type 100,000, I paste your wallet address, I hit send, and I'm done. And it took 10 seconds, and I didn't have to leave, and I didn't have to deal with.
Hey, wait, Vic, stop, please. Could we try that right now? Could we do that experiment?
Yeah, so you send me 100K, I'll send you my wallet.
It doesn't hurt to ask. You turned it on me, buddy. You turned it on me.
Oh, I saw that one coming.
You saw that one coming. Next time you're going to say $100. The other thing, and the fees are much lower, right? Like I remember when I was in college. I grew up in St. Louis, went to college in Chicago. My mom and dad would send me in the mail a paper check every week for $25. This was 1988, 1989.
What would
and then
$25 buy you in 88?
I was real frugal, resourceful. I still pride myself on being resourceful, and I had to use like half of it for the train tokens, which were $1 a piece back then. But I was very at that point in my life very efficient at finding the best deals on beer. I can tell you that much. So,
Nice.
yeah, but I didn't even get $25 because I didn't have a bank account. I would have to take it to like a check cashing station, and I would get like $23.25. And I think that's important. I've heard a lot of people say that like this it equals, how do you say it? It gives crypto gives everybody in the world that same access. I mean, because that example you used, in theory, right now you and I could send $1,000 to somebody in Venezuela or some country in Africa that trying to get money. Like we've got a guy in our community. He's awesome. We call him Burger Man, and we call him Burger Man because he out of the blue one Sunday morning on my feed on X, there's this really cool young guy in the Philippines who decided that he was going to give away 100 hamburgers to people as an act of kindness from UFD. Nobody paid him, and he made a video about it, and it went kind of viral. So I called him the Burger Man. And
Nice.
And now from time to time, when people will kind of sponsor his missions, and we're able to, I know people are able to like send him crypto. And if I think back to like 20 years ago, if we wanted to send, some money to Burger Man to help support one of his ideas or something he's doing, it would have been very cumbersome to make that happen, right? But now, like you said, it's not just you sending me that 100,000 that you promised me, but it's also us being able to send it all over the world, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I experience it all the time. Like, someone on my team, I was trying to pay them, and I was like, I pay you often, so I want to like do this through traditional means because I want there to be a paper trail so I can write this off. Like, this is a business expense at this point. And it was a nightmare. Like, I tried PayPal, Payoneer, Wise, Bankwire, Revolut. Like, we tried everything, and the fees were every single time like $60 for me to send. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, people complain about Ethereum gas fees. Bro, traditional gas fees are insane. So after like 3 days of trying, I just was like, send me your Solana address, bro. This is ridiculous. 2 seconds, 10 cents later, he has the money. Unreal. Like, traditional finance is so cooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I didn't own crypto 8 months ago, and I knew the names, and I thought I knew what Bitcoin was. And the more I've learned about it, the more I'm like, wow, this really, there are real and tangible benefits, right? And I have a degree in accounting. I'm not saying I'm a financial wizard, but I understand finance and money. And there are real tangible benefits to crypto in terms of what it can do when you compare it to the traditional finance banking sector. Crypto's got its challenges, right? Maybe we'll touch on that later. But I want to hear about your journey a little more, because it sounds like you kind of started up with this during the C19 situation, and then you've grown this channel. I know you have 85,000 subscribers on YouTube. hold on here before I forget, because I may forget. We're going to go back out to My Little Pony now that I've officially come out, and I'm proud to be a brony. But I want to show everybody. Where was it? I swore I had you up. All right, hold on a second, Vic. I'm going to let you guys look at the. I meant to have your channel ready to go, Crypto Vic. I'm going to show everybody your YouTube channel.
Cool.
And I'm going to do that.
5 million meme coins. 99% of them go
there's
zero.
Vic,
But
everybody.
if you knew how to find that top 1% before
right.
it exploded, you could create generational wealth. But the truth is,
I'm going to
you're
watch this
competing
now, Vic.
against
You got me hooked.
professional trader.
All right. Got me hooked. So everybody who's watching, who's new, this is Crypto Vic on YouTube. Crypto Vic. I think you probably just put that. That's what I put in the search bar, Crypto Vic, and we went up there. Now, I also, before I forget, want to show your X profile page. There it is right there again, Crypto Vic. Vic Laranja. Is that correct? Did I pronounce it? Laranda. I'm sorry, Laranda.
No, Laranja.
Laranja. Okay. Laranja.
Yes,
sorry about that.
All good.
And so what was the journey like? And tell me about your experience, because it sounds like, and I want to say thank you to all of Vic's followers who are here with us. Of course, hello to all the dusters. Of course, and let's talk about this for a second, Vic, then we'll talk about your journey. You know, you and I are talking, but this whole thing, you know, both what you and I both do is really about the viewer, right? Is really about community. Like you and I can sit here and talk, and that's great, but there's a third person, a fourth person, 670 people and other platforms joining us as well, that like we're all together. And I just think that is the coolest thing, that that we have this ability like to get together, and people are here because they want to be here. You and I can't force them to be here. You've got your followers, your community members that are here, my community members, maybe some new people who don't know either of us, but it's pretty darn cool. Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. No, the one thing that I learned about like live streaming or just creating content is that you never know who's watching. Like
Right.
There could be someone like that you talked to years ago, or some friend that you had decades ago, and they like literally could be watching us right now. We have no idea, because like, we only know who's commenting, really.
Right. Well, and as you built your community over the last, I guess, almost 5 years, what's your journey been like? And what have you, I guess, learned about your community and what people like, don't like? Anything you can share with us?
Yeah, my whole journey has essentially been like dialing in on what people are, what's resonating. Like,
Yeah.
So like I kind of mentioned before, like I was making very general, like personal brand content, and then my crypto content started to work. So I leaned more into that. Leaning more into that, I was like, okay, I need to keep learning about this, because we both know, like when you start learning about crypto, the rabbit hole goes crazy, right? It's so deep. So like you can keep going and keep going forever and keep learning forever. Like there's topics within crypto that I have no idea, like on-chain analysis, like that's something that I want to be good at, but like I don't even know where to start, you know what I mean? And that's such a deep rabbit hole. You see people like Zach XBT, like mapping out all these transactions using Arkham. It's crazy. So yeah, just dialing in on what people have resonated with has been just my entire career. Like literally, like if something's working, do more of that. If something's working, do more of that, and then cut the other things out. And you kind of like over time, you carve this path. And that path has basically got me here, where it's like, okay, my main focuses are my YouTube channel, my Telegram community, growing on X, my other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Those are actually my biggest channels. And I like, that's not even my priority at this point, is growing those. But in the past, that was my priority because shorts were working so well. But once I got into long form and had a few big videos do really well on YouTube, I learned that, wow, the community growth on YouTube is like 1,000 times bigger than anywhere else. Like it's insane how many of my Telegram members have come from YouTube, which I wouldn't have known unless I was trying things. So I'm leaning into that. So basically, that's been kind of my path in crypto, is just like, I'm letting the results guide me to where I need to go next. And it might seem like, oh, you might see that as kind of like, oh, I'm not in control of where I go or something like that. But that's the thing, is like, me getting results is what makes me actually happy. Like if I'm putting in the work, I want to get results. As long as I'm working with a material that I actually like at the same time, right? So like if I hated crypto and I was Crypto Vic, different story. But I chose to make content about crypto. So
yeah. Well, and I love what you said, because that's been my experience as well. Like, basically 4 years ago, I started down here in my basement with a $100 Samsung Galaxy S10 cell phone and 4 light bulbs. And then I let the community guide me, right? Like, to me, if we give value to people, since they're not forced to watch our, this is not a communist, regime where they're forced to watch us. They get to choose to watch us. So if the numbers tell us that people are watching our content, we're giving them value. And it's about that. That's what it's all about, right? Like, again, like you and I could sit down here all day long, but at the end of the day, if we're giving value to the community, we see that reflected in the numbers. And if the numbers are good, that tells us people like this, people like to learn about this, people want more of this. So you kind of adjust. And I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, I think, or I'll owe you 100,000, but we will continue to do that as long as we're doing this. But it's really about giving value to people. And it's a crazy opportunity, because I heard some stats the other day that, like, speaking of YouTube's like the biggest media platform in the world now, one of the biggest advertising platforms in the world. It really gives an opportunity to give value to a lot of people. The 750 people who are with us, and thank you, all of Vic's followers. I'm sure that's there's many of them out there, and UFD community members as well. But they choose to be here with us. And
I got to retweet. I haven't retweeted yet. Let me retweet this.
Now we're going to go to 7,000.
I put it in my Telegram, but I haven't retweeted it yet. Let me retweet this.
I'll ring the gong, because we got the 500. That'll give us a nice little distraction. The golden gong that's not really made out of gold.
Man, Ron's got it all in the basement.
I got it all.
I feel like you have like anything in that basement, bro. Like if we really dug around.
Test me. I said, test me. You can ask.
I feel like we got first edition Yu-Gi-Oh cards somewhere in there.
I've got Lego sets. I got everything. But it all has value. It's all good quality stuff. I've always had a good eye for value, and for quality. That's always been very important to me. But awesome. It's a wild journey. And look, the numbers don't lie. I always say that. Like, if I make a video that does really well, that means that the community likes it, and that it's giving them value, right? And
value is so important. Like, that's like really the core of what I'm always trying to do, is how can I keep people informed when something happens in the space that's important, and also share like a based perspective on it, because a lot of times all you get is the noise, and sometimes the noise is just wrong, whether it's FOMO driven or it's clickbaity or whatever. Like, sometimes the noise is just incorrect. And I'm always trying to just kind of be like, all right, this is the situation, but maybe it's not as bad as everyone's making it out to be, or maybe this is serious, or so that's one aspect of it, providing value for me. And then the other part is like tutorials. So the one video that you had open up on my YouTube channel, that's like my biggest video, my biggest tutorial. It's about a strategy to find meme coins. Did really, really well. Once I made that and it did really well, I was like, okay, well, there's so many other topics within meme coins to discuss. So, I treat my YouTube channel as a free course. That's like literally how I treat it. Is like every video is a module in this course that I'm building on YouTube completely for free. that's why I don't have any paid course or any paid community or any paid anything like that, because like I'm just so focused on growing to the highest level of the game that we're playing here, like within crypto influence. Like I want to be top shelf. And I see all these people in the space that are trying to do what we're doing, right? And they're just selling and selling and selling and selling to their audience. Like they'll have some VIP, whatever it is. Yeah, go ahead.
It's so funny you say that, because when I was getting ready earlier today, sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm not monetizing my channel to the extent I should. Like I'm like you. I'm gonna make sure I'm not saying, but like I have sponsors. I have MoonPay and Ledger who sponsor me.
You should.
So I support their and I have gold and silver content, and I have mining companies and a silver mint that sponsor me. But I love what you said, because I've always had that. And I think it's just good overall life advice. When I started my YouTube journey 4 years ago, and I heard you say the same exact thing, I was more about giving. And that I just don't mean in the content. I just mean kind of in general. Like I wasn't going to, because you get all the, I'm sure you get it as well. I get all these opportunities where I could extract money from my community. And
so like ridiculous. Yeah.
It never ends, right? Like we'll pay you this much to do to say this, or whatever. And I'm like, I believe, and what I heard, I'm trying to put it into words, because you said it so well, or you communicated it so well. Like there's so much more good to be done, and I think even success to be had just by being more giving. And I think part of that too is having some integrity, and sticking and treating people the way you would want to be treated. Because I'm not putting anybody down, and I'm not saying anybody that has paid this or paid that is bad or anything like that. But I know for me, what I feel best about, and I've had plenty of success, I've had great success, and I know you have too, is like there's more power, there's more, I don't know, heart in doing the right thing and by giving to people than there is by just saying, well, I could make an extra X thousand a month if I did this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's definitely like an element there. I just feel, okay, so I think the best thing to do is to just like really open the doors up and just be like fully transparent. Cause like when you come at it from the angle that you just described, like that's authentic. I can feel it from you. For other people, they might say like, okay, well then like what's in it for you? Like if you're just giving, what's in it for you? Like where are you winning? Because if I can't see you winning, then I'm now creating scenarios in my mind how you're taking advantage of me. That's how a lot of people think, especially in crypto. For me, I'm like super open about it. I'm like, dude, I am just literally trying to grow my community, because like you said, MoonPay, Ledger, those are both two really good sponsorship deals. I don't know what type of deal you have with them. And like, obviously you don't have to share that. Just those opportunities, that's how I make my money. Like I've been super transparent about it, obviously like trading or doing whatever too, but majority of my income in my business, this is a business, is coming from sponsorships, is coming from YouTube AdSense, working and partnering with like platforms like Axiom and getting referrals from Axiom. And like, I'm super open about this. So now people are like, okay, well, if you're not selling me anything, then you're rugging us. And it's like, no, I'm not, because like I told you how I make my money. I made my money off partnerships, and my whole mission with my brand right now is just crazy growth. And it started more so like, I don't know how much in the internet marketing space you were you were in the past, but like that's where I come from. So Gary V started, he had a book called I think it's called Jab Jab Right Hook, or Jab Jab Right Hook. Basically what that means is like give, and then ask. Give, ask. And that was his ratio. It was like 3-1. Then Alex Hormozy came around, who's like my GOAT for like 100%. And he basically is like, okay, take that give, ask, and just turn it into give until they ask. Mm-hmm. So give until they're like, how can we pay you? And like, I've had so many people in my community be like, how much would it be to get on a call with you just to go over something? Can you run a mastermind? Can you like do this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want your money. I don't want to do that. Like, that's not the type of business I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow a give business where I just never have to stop giving. And my only asks are partnership asks.
Yeah.
And those are highly vetted. Like, I have someone that works on my team, and his only job is to literally go through my emails and go through my DMs and sift through all the opportunities that come to me and just find the good ones. And then
it never ends. It never ends, does it?
No, it won't.
Yeah.
We get like 5 a day at least.
Yeah.
And I work with like maybe 1 a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the optimal goal is like, I think, like, for example, I mentioned I get referral links from like Axiom. So like Axiom's never paid me $1 to make the content that I made about Axiom. I have the #1 most viewed Axiom tutorial on YouTube.
Wow.
And I'm sure you're familiar with it, but just for anyone watching that, Axiom is a meme coin trading platform.
Uh-huh.
It's like a DEX and a wallet and stuff like that. It has a lot of great tools. They're just the best one. And so I made that video. I have another Axiom tutorial coming this week because they've released a lot of features. They've never paid me $1. However, I've made a ton of money from Axiom because of my referral link. Mm-hmm. It's commission on trading. That's the best case scenario. It's literally like, I get to make a video. I love making videos. I get to teach, which I love teaching. I'm giving you value. I'm teaching you how to use a tool you want to use. And then I'm getting paid for it just because you clicked on my link. You're going to use the platform anyway, but now I taught you how to use the platform.
Right.
So there's this like reciprocal value.
You gave value to the viewer. And on top of that, it's a product that you genuinely believe in.
Literally,
right?
I use
service.
It.
You use it. Right. Yeah. It's like, I think that's critical to understand. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but you're acting, I'm like, wow. And I don't know much. I'm new to Crypto Vic. I'm new Crypto Ron, but it was very interesting and very informative.
I love that. I love that, Crypto Ron. Thank you.
Basement Ron and Crypto Vic. But it's key that you believe in it, right? And that's why, like we said earlier, like we turned down, literally hundreds of different opportunities. So it's like, and I'm getting way off in the weeds here, but like, I actually have a dream, Vic, and that is that eventually I'll be sitting down here because I love Pepsi. Coke's okay, Coca-Cola, but I love Pepsi. That I'm sitting down
way
here.
better than Coke.
You're right. All right. So
better.
I'm sitting down here with a Pepsi shirt on, right? And I can tell people I have a cup of Pepsi next to me, and I, maybe for 10 seconds say, hey, you guys know I love Pepsi, because I do, right?
Yeah.
Or I love Honda. I love Honda cars. I used to have Honda everything under the sun. That those brands will recognize that there's value in sponsoring people who genuinely believe in the products. Don't believe in them because they're getting paid to say they believe in them, but believe in them for years or decades, even before they were sponsored by the products. And
that's a major filter, is like, you have to see it, understand it, think it's cool, believe in it, trust the team. And then let's talk at that point.
Right.
But if you are promoting something obviously that you don't use, it crushes your soul, actually. Like, so there was a trading platform, I'm not going to name a name. There's a trading platform that was brand new. They made a transition from like a Telegram bot to actually creating a platform. And I was good friends with them because in the past I worked with their Telegram bot. And I had a lot of hopes that their platform would excel to be better than what Axiom was. But they just didn't update it quick enough. And it just was kind of janky and broken. And I was like trying to push people over there at first because I was like, okay, I'm going to be using this in the future because it's going to get better because I know this team. But then it didn't. And that time period where I was like still trying to use it but I didn't want to use it.
Right.
That was like soul crushing for me.
Yeah.
Like I hated every moment of it. And then I at one point I was just like, hey, I'm done. Like I'm going to stop trying to use this thing that I don't want to use anymore. And I'm going to go back to the thing that's proven. And what's funny is like a lot of those situations, it's like, it can make a lot of sense on paper, but then like in your gut, you kind of know. And I've just learned, like, you do the logical thinking, but then like always fall back to what your gut says, because I can't remember a time where my gut was wrong.
It's your I don't know, you probably know this, but in the medical world, it's my understanding that they call your stomach, excuse me, your second brain, because there's more nerve connections between your brain and your stomach than anywhere else in your body. So yeah, that saying that we've all heard, I had a gut feeling, or, trust your gut, or whatever it is. It really is true, right? Like, it's like the gut and the heart and all that. It's like, the feeling. So it's interesting you say that. And
That's
crazy. It is wild. And it's, I think there's big benefits in, like you talked about earlier, having more of a giving mentality, a more long-term. And look, I think both of us agree, right? My long-term goal is prosperity, but I feel like prosperity is more than just about money, but money's part of it. But that by being giving, by doing good, by having integrity, which is kind of what I think you talked about as well, we actually go much, much further. I mean, you probably heard the story 10 times, but I'll repeat it. On the second day that, when Unicorn Fart Dust was 2 days old, and I stood out on my screened-in porch and saw $1.4 million in my Phantom wallet, which is a lot of money to me and Susie, and my family, right? I had that opportunity. I could have rugged everybody, right? But I told everybody that I wasn't going to sell the night before. And it was more of a feeling I had in my body, all over, in my gut, whatever, that was like, there's so much more to be had with this opportunity in a long, like, I just knew, if that makes sense. Sometimes we just know. And it, I'm, I wasn't close to, I wasn't never, but just knowing, like, but man, when you see that much money and you're like, oh my gosh, but knowing that there's way more out there, and way more on many different levels, including money, including relationships and everything else. It just, I don't know. It's I've really enjoyed talking to you, Vic.
Yeah, me too, man. No, I think that most people would just have sold. I think like 99 out of 100 people would have just been like, $1.4 million, holy shit, and just sold and deleted their X account and have never looked back, and no one would have batted an eyelash, because that happens all the time, right? But it's like, but then you got to live with that, right? And then like the more you'd learn about it, you'd be like, oh, I actually just like stole all that money from those people, and then it's like, oh shit, okay, like I'm actually like, that was actually a really gutty thing to do, so but now you can live knowing you didn't do that. So that's, I think that's worth more than $1 million, is like, your own integrity.
Yeah. And I would not have I could go through a list of, some of which were in that video that we watched earlier, some of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life. I will sit here and say it till I'm blue in the face, that it's funny, because you hear this, like, there's this, I don't want to say common bias, but this idea that, oh, crypto can be scummy and it can be dirty and blah, blah. And it can, right? There's a small, but it's also full of way more really good people, really nice people. And maybe I'm biased because of the UFD community. I'm more insulated within that, but there are some really awesome people in crypto. I mean, very optimistic, nice, good people, no doubt.
No, for sure. There's definitely a lot of gems in the space, but there's also a lot of snakes. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But so no, I think that like the UFD community, everything that's being built is super interesting. And like just seeing also the social metrics climb and like my thesis, honestly, on why I even joined is playing out. Like I was up like 3x just a couple of days ago when we were at just over 50 cents or 5 cents or whatever it was. I think 50 cents or 5 cents.
Not 5 cents. 50 million market cap. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome to see. One thing that I wanted to ask you actually on stream. So when you were on my stream, you talked about there was a unicorn fart dust NFT collection. And then there's like these coins being made and these shirts being made and stuff. And I was wondering about like the IP and like, if you're a holder, can I just like make a NFT collection? And that's like, if I sell it and that's just all my money or whatever, like, is that just how it works?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the NFT projects donate a portion back to Susie and myself, because they can designate, I guess, during the original minting, how much what goes where, and then the ongoing royalty stream, and that's much appreciated. I mean, we love it. I love it. They also donate part of it usually to the community marketing wallet, and then of course they keep some for themselves, which I'm totally obviously cool with. So hold on. To answer your question, when it comes to merch, when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to really anything UFD related, we've kept this real open source philosophy and allowed people, because, Vic, look, I spent $100 to start Unicorn Fart Dust, and it's nothing without the community. The community built it, the community drove it. So to me, for me to say, well, no, you can't make an NFT, or no, you can't do whatever. No, and I think it actually helps our community, because we have like 6 or 7 successful NFT projects, and it gets, I think, more exposure for UFD, because there's people that learn about the NFTs and then learn about UFD because of the NFTs, and I've seen that happen many, many times. So we are working on some official IP, graphics and material for Unicorn Fart Dust that is in the works, but it'll never be like, okay, now, you guys can't. No, it'll always be open source. I will make sure of that, because
that's so sick.
Yeah,
it could really like be like, you could go the direction of a Pudgy Penguins, I think, where you make toys. Like I actually tweeted it. I don't know if you saw this. I tweeted it. Where I got AI to generate this like plushie.
Yeah,
unicorn.
I did see that. Yes.
And I was like, who's making this? Because like someone can make that. That's sick. But I also see like it could be like a cartoon. Like you could have like a My Little Pony style cartoon called the Unicorn Uni or something.
Oh, Vic, you need to stop talking, because you're getting me in an uncomfortable situation.
Why?
Well, okay, because, and I'll emphasize the word possibility. And I haven't talked with Luca for a few months, but at one point, Luca from Pudgy Penguins, I had him on live stream, and he talked about, and I'll emphasize, the possibility of that happening at some point down the road. Yeah, possibility. Okay. And then we do have some people who are, let's say, interested in doing kind of like animated type work, and all of this is very preliminary at this point. I also had a documentary crew. They were an Emmy Award. They've made other documentaries that won Emmy Awards, that were here in the basement for 3 days filming about to make us part of a big documentary, part of possibly a standalone, but part of a documentary. And I have to be careful, because I don't want people hear me say that and they think, well, when's it happening? But there is interest on both of those fronts, coincidentally.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool. That's really cool. I just think like IP and crypto. I was hearing Luca Netz talk about it actually. IP and crypto is a huge play in the future. Yeah. I've been thinking a lot on it. I'm actually kind of working on a side project right now that I might turn into a YouTube video. So anyone that's watching that's subscribed to my YouTube, just know that I'm cooking something cool right now. I think IP and crypto is huge, and I think that you have like a serious opportunity. But one thing you said, I want to touch on, you said that the community, basically this is community driven, which it is.
Yeah.
However, I need to give credit because one of the reasons the community is still here, I think, is that you've been so consistent live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because you've been so consistent live streaming, they're like, oh, okay, we can actually like build on top of this. So I think that actually you might look at it like the community is the foundation and then there's you, but I actually don't think that's correct. Like, just from my vantage point, I think that your live stream is actually the foundation of this entire project. And that if you stopped live streaming, I don't think it would go well.
Yeah.
So we're all trusting you, Ron. No pressure.
Yeah. You're right. Well,
don't get sick.
All I can say is I think I've live streamed every day for almost 3 or 4 years now, a long time.
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
It is insane. And somebody the other day asked me, they said, well, on a comment on one of the live streams, and I rarely get, triggered, but I just happened to see this comment where he was like, well, all you do is this live stream every day. And what else do? You tell us to go. And I'm like, man, you don't know.
Your mic cut out for me.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I don't know. Can the chat hear you?
I don't know. Hold on.
Maybe it's me. I don't know, but I can't hear you now.
Hold on. I'll see if Susie's listening. Hey, Susie, are you on the live stream? Uh-oh.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I don't know what happened.
Well,
we can hear. You can hear both of you. Okay, it's me then.
Hold on a second.
I don't know what happened, Ron.
Hold on 1 second.
Should I leave? I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to come back.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, okay. All right, Crypto Vic's going to come back, and we're going to see if we can, or if he... I can hear both of you. Oh, you can't?
I don't know.
He can't hear me. Okay. Wow, what a great live stream, man. I love Crypto Vic. Hopefully he's going to pop back up here on our screen, and we'll be able to get him back on. But if not, we'll have him back on at some point in the future. Gets me super excited about the future and what we've got going on with UFD. No doubt about it. I already came out. Don't forget, right? Hey, I'm a brony. That's up here. He is. Let's see if we can get him up there.
I can hear you now. I don't know what happened, but my audio, my audio just cut out for you. Weird.
If we've been on for an hour, so if that's the only technical issue we have with live streaming, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, live streaming is crazy.
Yeah,
the technical stuff I'm very technical. I'm very, very technical. But the first time I live streaming, I was sweating. I was so scared, dude. I thought everything was going to break. I didn't even know if I was live. I was like, what the hell? Because how are you supposed to even test it? You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's why I'm sure hold on. Yeah, Susie, that's my wife. That we all call her upstairs Susie. She's usually upstairs watching, and then she communicates with me like on the walkie-talkie. These were walkie-talkies we bought for our kids, but it works. Or if you what my biggest challenge is, I'll forget to share a screen. I'll think that the screen is being shared, but it's not. So now I have a little monitor here where I can see, but it's, there's more to it, I think, than most people, especially if you're doing it on, I use StreamYard, which makes it, I think, a lot easier. I started out with OBS, but StreamYard kind of, is, I don't want to say for dummies, but I'm not a super techie. So anyway, it's the fun never ends. What were we talking about? You were making a great point, and I forget what it was. Do you remember?
I said basically that like the foundation of the whole project was you going live.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll agree with that. I think there's, and you said this earlier, Vic, and I really believe it. Like there's a couple components to that. Number one is people want a safe place, and people want something reliable in life, somebody that they can trust. And it's if that's what I have, not what I have to do, but if that provides value to thousands of people in the world, I'm happy to do it. They joke around. The joke was when I first started, I'm the boomer dev, although I'm not technically a boomer. I'm only 55 years old. And some people say, oh, you're like my dad, or some people even say I'm like their grandpa. which is great. Like I take that as a big compliment. And look, I'm like everybody. I've learned a lot of lessons in life. I'm still learning a lot of lessons, but if I can kind of share my journey with the community, and just one thing I've learned over the years, and you said this, or you said it yourself just a little bit ago. It's like doing the right thing, showing up, being honest. That takes a lot of the complications out of things. Just keeping it simple, and giving people the opportunity to be involved. And I mean, it's so exciting because like we looked at those videos earlier, and I got a whole list I keep of, it's the purple list of upside down purple list, but the purple list of all the things that the community has done. I mean, sometimes I got to take a step back and realize just what a real special situation it is. And that this is only going to happen one time, and there's only one UFD. And when I think, because as that's what I used to call crypto, unicorn fart dust. It's nothing. It's worthless. But what I've learned is it's worth a whole lot more because of everything on that list, and because of all those people out there, people in your community, people in my community, that come together and create real, bonds, real value. It's exciting.
Oh, definitely. I think community is for a long time, it's been kind of advertised to be the one secret sauce that Web3 has. Obviously Web2 has community too, but I think that when you have a real community, like a real authentic community that's like got something holding them together, that's different. Because there's a lot of communities in Web3 that are just like trash. There's nothing there, or a lot of fake stuff, a lot of bots, because people want to make money doing that. However they use bots to make money. Not really too sure, but that's authenticity, I think, is like what we've created, like in my camp and in your camp. And that's why I think that UFD is heavily in the conversation right now on Solana, being like one of the gems in the entire landscape of what to put your money into. And I think the same thing about my community, and like people know that in my chat, like there's not really a place like that outside of it that for free. Like, and that's the thing too, is like there's people that have chats and stuff and they have communities, but they charge for them.
Right.
I don't for my community access at all. It's just open. And I also pay out of pocket. Like I have pro mods that are active 24/7 enforcing the rules, and I see some in the chat, like they're beasts, and they treat the community like it's literally their community, because it is. And so for me, like the community, it costs me money. You know what I mean? Like making anything off of it. But it's at the same time, it's a massive asset for me, because like I said, like that's what I'm trying to build. Like I know how I can monetize it through the deals that I make, the partnerships that I make. But yeah, it just comes down to just being like, you know what, this is how I do it, bro. Like, if you
do you do the YouTube memberships? Do you have that? Yeah, I don't either. And I get, and nothing against anybody that does it, but I get that weekly email from YouTube, like, you need to turn on memberships. And for those of you who don't know, that's like a thing on YouTube where you can charge people $2 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm self-righteous, but to me, I'm like, I get paid by Google, through AdSense like you do. Something just doesn't feel right to me to charge, or to even ask people like for the privilege, or to have get to watch a special video or anything like that. And
what I've learned about business, sorry, just to jump in really quick before I lose this thought. What I've learned about business is that if you focus on those small micro transactions, and that's where your focus is, you miss the big paydays. And those big paydays will trump a million people signing up to some little thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, why put your attention there when you should be just growing and growing and growing and growing and building this asset that you have, and then you can do big deals because now you have leverage, so much more valuable. So yeah, like no VIP, no paid membership, no OnlyFans, no nothing like that.
Well, I gotta make a confession, Vic. No, I'm just I already confessed I'm a brony, right? And I am a brony, right? This is no joke, right? I mean, really. Here, let's take a little break, Vic. Yeah, doesn't that sound good?
Box, dude? What's in the box?
What's that?
What's in the box?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I promised you I'd open the box, didn't I?
Dude.
Maybe later. Maybe we'll go 5 or 10 more minutes.
I'm dying inside. I need to know.
Yeah, well, we gotta. If we get to 1,500 viewers, we have 1,200 people on here with us, Vic. That's wild.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, think about that. That's me and you, and then there's all these other individual people out there all over the world that are hanging out right now. I mean, and the other way I like to think of it is like we're all hanging out inside of a, I don't know, 1,200 people. That's like a good size high school basketball gymnasium or something.
Are you talking about on Twitter? It says 1,200. I think that's like the total people who have watched. I think that's what that is.
No, we got this is on StreamYard. I think I don't know if that's YouTube, but that's an accurate number. Right now we got 1,190, 1,191, 92, 93. So it's going up, which is the right. It's X. Okay, Susie says we don't want to argue with her. Upstairs, Susie says X. Hold on, Susie. Susie, Vic just said hi to you. You want to say hi?
Vic, thank you for being on. You're a great guest.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
He's gonna give you a high five, Vic. High five. Susie gives high fives. Yeah. Yeah. Darn. Now I forgot what I was saying. There was something powerful I wanted to say. What did I forget to ask you, Vic? Anything?
That's a crazy question.
Oh no, I remember. No, we were joking about OnlyFans, and I said I have a confession to make, and then I said I've already admitted I'm a brony, which is a good thing. I mean, I really am. I play that thing every day when I come down the stairs. Oh, the community. That's what I saw. Because I came a little interested in My Little Pony community, and I watched some videos, and they interviewed this guy in England who's a brony. These are really nice people, actually, and they're professional, nice people. They just like My Little Pony, and what they like is that they have other people. They have little events. They get together. They trust each other. They've made friendships. There have been marriages that have come out of it. So there's real power in community. I mean, no doubt,
sure.
Man.
I think that's what everyone wants is just to be a part of something, right?
Yes. Yeah, to belong.
Yeah, exactly.
To belong,
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what, I think at our core, one of our survival instincts, even we want to be part of a group of people where we're accepted and where we can contribute. Is another thing. I think maybe, you talked about your community members who help out. And in UFD, there's a lot of people helping out. That's a powerful, powerful thing. So, all right, Vic, I'll tell you what's in the box. So I made this box 2 years ago. Do not open. On one side,
have you never opened it?
Oh yeah, it's been opened before. I'm not going to lie to you.
You already broke the rule?
Huh? Yeah, I already broke the rule. I break it about once a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So inside the box, I took.
You know what? I'm selling all my UFD. I'll trust you anymore.
I'm full of it. Yeah. Right. Do not open.
Do not open. Ron opens it once a week.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, it says on the bottom, except for once a week. So there we go. We're in good shape.
Okay. All right.
No, but you talked about this earlier, to go full circle back to when you talked about why you got into crypto, which was kind of and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lack in confidence in the fiat money system and money printing. And hold on. Oh, I thought Susie was going to talk. And as we know, during the C-19 crisis, they printed 40% of the dollars, or I've heard 35%
of the money supply ever printed within 2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's just paper. I always joke around, and I have, I say, oh, here it comes, the dollar just floating by. It's paper, right?
Yeah.
So before I get into UFD, I was purely gold and silver. So I was very in tune to economic news and the Fed and everything else. And I would say that that Jerome Powell was in a box, right? He had a recession on one side and inflation on the other, which is stagflation. So I made this box that has Jerome inside of it, and you know, and his money, his toilet paper money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that? I want some of that. Yeah, the money.
Somebody sent it to me, but I think they sell it on Amazon.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. You know, it's and it's a little smaller than it was when I first got it, so I won't make any comments on that. All right, Vic.
That's really cool. I like that.
This has been an incredible experience. We're at 1,300. That's a lot for. I know my number's like double of what we do. So I
wow.
Yeah, that means that you gave value to the people, and I'd like to think that I contributed a little bit as well. Let me run out one more time for those of you who just joined us. See if I can do this properly. This is Vic's X profile page. Make sure I've got that up. Am I sharing that? Yes, there we go. Yep. Crypto Vic. And then also he's active on YouTube. He has 84, almost 85,000 subscribers. Hey, we can get him 84,900 subscribers. For anybody out there who's not subscribed to Crypto Vic, go do that right now. Okay.
Let me see the exact number. Yeah, I only need 49. If 49. I get 49 people, like here, show my camera quick.
Yeah, hold on here. And can you do that on your end? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's like,
hold on. I'll make you full screen.
Wait. Where is it? Focus, bro.
Yes.
Focus. Oh,
there it is.
84,951. Wants to focus on my face. I just need 49 people. 49 people.
Let's get Crypto Vic, and then do you want to tell people about your Telegram or anything else as well before we sign off?
Yeah. So YouTube, definitely my main focus. X is where I yap all day. Do a lot of giveaways on there too. Just in the middle of a giveaway right now. Telegram, I post news. I post different memes, like meme coins, but also like memes, like jokes and stuff. Giveaways, massive community. We have 34,000 people in the main channel. And then I think we have over 11,000 people in the group chat, and the group chat is constantly trading together, helping each other. And it's a great place to be. Everything I do is completely free. I'm not charging for anything. If anyone ever messaged you saying they're me, that's not me. That's an impersonator, a scammer. So you got to be careful. A lot of that on Telegram. That happens a lot because Telegram has a terrible moderation system that basically doesn't exist. So just be safe for that. But all of the links can be found either through my X link or on YouTube. That link, I have a links page. You can get to Telegram, you can get to YouTube, all those places. Also, obviously active on TikTok, Instagram, all those other places too. So yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, look, on behalf of myself, on behalf of our viewers, on behalf of the UFD community, this has been great. I really enjoyed talking to you. And I really like your belief system and your strategy that you have for growing your brand. And I think it's been reflected in the success that you've had, and that I'm confident you will continue to have. And I'm going to be bugging you in 6 weeks or so to come back on here so we can talk some more, Vic.
I'll be there, man. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And obviously, like, you built something crazy too. So that's why I originally reached out for this. But yeah, Ron, thanks for having me on, dude. Super great conversation. Community's going crazy, and UFD's going to break all-time highs by the end of the cycle.
And let's not forget, Crypto Vic is a duster. Yeah, he's a bean holder. So
that's right. That's right. Actually, I think Ron said I'm actually a narwhal. So show some respect.
Narwhal, for those who don't know, a narwhal, my neighbor gave me this. She's a duster. The narwhal is the unicorn of the unicorn of the sea. So we don't have whales, we have narwhals, and they're diamond finned, not diamond hooved. So, all right, brother, diamond hooves, diamond fins. So, thanks, Vic. Beautiful. I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay, bye bye.